Good evening, and welcome to the first episode of Dissecting Who. On today's episode, we're starting off with a bang. Tom Baker's first serial robot. I thought this would be a great place to start. This isn't a great story, it's a good story. Tom's performance is good in it. And this is the beginning of the Tom Baker era. First episode. So let's delve in. Alright, this serial is very resonant of the John Pertwee era. It focuses around Unit a lot. It's about them fighting an unstoppable alien, basically. Let me first of all say, I wasn't a massive fan of the John Pertwee era. I do like him. Too James Bondy for me, not enough crazy, alien-esque. And the whole Earth thing is fucking silly. Why make an epic sci-fi where we can travel literally, limitlessly through time and space? You have a fucking device for this, and you put the fucking Doctor on Earth. Basically what happened, right? After, what's his face? After Patrick Troughton, the BBC decided for budgetary reasons, because they're going to colour film, quite a lot more expensive than what they were filming on, that it would be a good idea to completely cut out all the travelling. The basis for the fucking show, man. I mean, he has a fucking time machine. Holy shit, I almost spilled my fucking wine. Alright, the basic premise of this is a crazy scientist is fired by a tyrannical organization for something, and they go ahead with his plans to build this robot. John Pertwee, it's just been killed by a giant plastic fake spider, and the Doctor is regenerating into Tom Baker.
Well, here we go again.
Tom has always said that when he was doing the Doctor, he was just doing himself. He was just being old Tom, and boy oh boy, he's old Tom good.
I was very sympathetic towards Doctor Who, the idea of a benevolent alien who wasn't quite right who didn't think, he was out of sync with the way they thought on Earth, was really summed me up, really. I mean, that's the way I am. That's the way I was.
So you have the awesome Baker scenes and the kind of drab, generic, classic Who.
I am confused.
And I'm not going to go into the story a lot. King Kong-esque. The robot is very cliched and it doesn't look very good to me. I understand the budgetary problems with Doctor Who and the fact that this episode is almost 40 years old, but it doesn't age very well.
I am confused.
Maybe for its time it was great, but I think they could have done a little something more interesting. It's just a big fucking plain robot.
Mankind is not worthy to survive. Once it is destroyed, I shall build more machines like myself. Machines do not lie.
Alright, now check out this fucking massive design flaw on the robot, right? Check out how weak this guy's fucking wrists are. It wouldn't be very good at a arm wrestling match.
Destroy her. Destroy her.
I cannot obey.
The scientist has that stereotypical mad scientist big fucking haircut. He's not really fleshed out or deep. He lacks the robot. He's interesting when he's on screen.
I'm afraid I can't help you, Miss Smith. I don't know why you came to me.
But after you've seen it, you can't really take much away from his character.
The robot came to find me last night. It was in terrible distress.
Just flatten his head down! One of the reasons I like also Doctor Who. Check out this death. It's fucking hilariously bad.
You are an enemy of humanity. I must destroy you.
Boom. Amazing, right? Did you see that guy? He just fucking touched his neck and he's fucking dead. Now check out this fucking completely racist joke.
A few months ago, the superpowers, Russia, America, and China, decided upon a plan to ensure peace. All three powers have hidden atomic missile sites. All three agreed to give details of those sites plus full operation instructions to another neutral country. In the event of trouble, that country could publish everyone's secrets and so cool things down. Well, naturally enough, the only country that could be trusted with such a role was Great Britain.
Well, naturally. I mean, the rest were all foreigners.
Well, exactly.
Alright, they've been fucking shooting at this robot for fucking 3 episodes now. Now it does nothing. There's been like 3 scenes of fucking walking out. All these fucking guys are standing around, fucking bang, 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 shooting at it. Now look what this cunt does. Good job, cockhead. Do you know what I probably should have done? Not shot at it and moved out of the way. Am I right? Alright, I talked a little bit before about Tom's Doctor in comparison to John Pertwee's Doctor. It really is night and day, completely polar opposites. Tom is completely obscure and alien, which the Doctor is, which is great. He always said he liked to act really subdued and quiet when something extreme was going on, and very erratic and extreme when something subtly was said, just to completely throw the character. Check this out in comparison to Mr. Boring Old Pertwee Bond.
You may be a doctor, but I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say.
Look here, Doctor, you're not fit.
Not fit, not fit. Of course I'm fit. All systems go.
Say. Look.
Heart speed?
I say, I don't think that could be right.
Both a bit fast, are they?
Well, I don't.
Still, must be patient. A new body is like a new house. Takes a little bit of time to settle in.
I just, for a moment, want you guys to imagine if the entire Tom Baker era, the greatest era in Doctor Who, he was dressed like this. Once again, another great effect in Doctor Who. Check this one out. Ah, fuck! He just broke that toy tank. There are a few moments in this episode where maybe they take the silliness too far. I've always liked a good contrast of dark, serious, brooding, and then the silly. Like, Matt Smith, for me, fucking garbage. The whole tone of the show was fucking silly, stupid shit. Matt Smith was fucking silly and stupid. Some alright plots in there, but not my cup of tea. And I think maybe in this particular episode specifically, they might take Tom's character too far with the silliness.
Now, please, stay calm. Everyone keep his seat. Now then, what can I do to entertain you till my friend the Brigadier arrives? A little song? Little dance, perhaps? Not just a little dance? Anyone for cards?
Don't just stand there, you idiots! Get him!
Now for my next trick. I shall require the assistance of a member of the audience.
Also, just a bit of background information, this changing of the reins from John Pertwee to Tom Baker is also a massive shift in the show behind the scenes, production-wise. The old producer is out, new producer Philip Hinchcliffe is in. There's also a different script editor, Bob Holmes, like smoking a pipe. Check out this footage, him smoking a pipe. His pipes are cool. Smoking's cool, kids. Smoking a pipe will make you look cool, not a cigarette. Or meth. Maybe smoking meth will make you look a little bit cool.
And then I picked up on this slightly anarchic voice in the corner, you know, smoking his pipe, which was Bob Holmes, who was sort of coming from a slightly different perspective on it, you know.
It's fine. I'm not here to judge. Smoke all the meth you want. Funny story, Bill Slater, who also cast Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, it just so happened that the last resume he read that day on his desk, not for Doctor Who, was Tom Baker's. Tom was across the road from the BBC in a hall doing a small theatre show. He went there that night and it just clicked, just like random circumstance. Tom was there, the resume was on his desk, and you're just like, oh, this guy would be great. Complete another coincidence. So, at the time of Tom's casting, he was doing a small theatre show, but that wasn't really paying the rent. Actually, I don't know if he was paying rent. I think there were stories around this era of him sleeping on people's couches. Anyway, he was working in construction on a site. He got the phone call, did the audition, got told he was doing the part on one condition. He couldn't tell anyone for 2 weeks until publicity and all that. BBC got everything up and running. So basically he got cast as one of the biggest roles in the world at that time, and then went back to his job on the construction site with all the fellas. Mid-30s, he said he was depressed as fuck, thought his life was going nowhere. Bam. He's the Doctor. I can't tell anyone. The construction site.
And of course, I went to see the bank manager when he found out I was Doctor Who, you know. It was incredible. And he kissed me, and rather passionately, I thought, for a bank manager.
Better a banker than a priest, I suppose. So this was kind of the impression that Terence had of Tom before he wrote the script.
I was struck by this kind of wide-eyed, de-strayed, scatterbrained air about Tom. I always used to say that if you said something to Tom like, you know, hello, it's a nice day, he'd say, is it? Is it? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a wonderful day, isn't it? You know, and he'd have this great eccentric enthusiasm.
What a nut job. Awesome, awesome. I love crazy people. The effects in this episode, they still work. There are some effects later on which I'll discuss which don't work, like to the point where you don't even understand what just transpired in the scene. They work. They're not great, but I just want to make the point that the techniques they used called chroma key was actually very hard to set up and shoot properly. And they did put a lot of time and effort in. And considering how long ago it was, yeah, the effects are alright. I mean, they're terrible, but they're alright. Funny at times, which is great. So the famous costume for this character is like a bohemian, artistic, vagabond sort of deal.
Well, how about this?
Much better, Doctor. Now, if you've quite finished with your wardrobe...
I'll try again if you like.
No, let's settle for that, please. Now,
Time
Doctor...
we were off to visit the scene of the crime.
And the scarf, the costume designer, decided it'd be a good idea for this. So he got a bunch of fucking wool, sent it to this lady named Papa Nigonius or Nomen Nepopicus, expecting her to knit a scarf. And what she did was she used all the wool that he sent and just knitted this fucking 13-foot amazing piece of material.
Well, Doctor, what are we dealing with? Invasion from outer space? Again?
Why should some alien life form invade Earth just to steal a new weapon. If they were that advanced, they'd have weapons of their own. Huh. Rather a splendid paradox, eh, Brigadier? The only ones who could do it wouldn't need to.
I just want to say, a lot of doctors are made with premises, you know, going in, this doctor's going to be like this doctor's going to be like that. You write the character and then cast to that character that's been pre-written. But Tom Baker, he was cast for his eccentric, weird Tom Baker-ness.
How can I prove my point?
I feel I ought to warn you, Doctor, that there's grave danger of myocardial infarction, not to speak of pulmonary embolism. Yes, I should.
Mother, Mother, I feel sick. Send for the doctor. Quick, quick, quick. Mother, dear, shall I die? Yes, my darling, by and by.
And he has said in a lot of interviews before, you know, what type of doctor do you want to be? He always said, you know, I have no idea. He always actually said going into this process from like being an underground like theatre actor, getting a few acting parts in television shows here and there, and a construction worker, going into this massive production, he had no idea what he was doing. No idea at all. And what he basically did, he was himself.
Never cared much for the word impregnable. Sounds a bit too much like unsinkable.
What's wrong with unsinkable?
Nothing. As the iceberg said to the Titanic.
What?
Glug, 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 glug.
I just think that's great. I mean, I guess Peter Capaldi was cast as a cranky old man, partly because of the thick of it. Right at the end of the episode, Doctor jumps in the fucking TARDIS and off he goes into time and space. No longer will be trapped on Earth, seeing unit after unit storyline again, the same fucking shit with the fucking Brigadier and all of these fucking stupid people. Finally, we're gonna see some sci-fi ships, we're gonna see some fucking spaceships, we're gonna see some fucking mining colonies on fucking Neptune, we're gonna see some awesome British sci-fi shit after 5 years. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad 5 years, but the next 7 years are going to be amazing. In conclusion, this is a good serial. I wouldn't say a must-see if you're just kind of a casual Who viewer and you just kind of come in and out. I mean, it is Tom Baker's first serial, so that makes it special. But overall, the main story isn't anything out of the normal. It's a very classic Pertwee Who unit monster invading Earth battle shit. Fuck. It is worth a watch just for the Tom Baker stuff. Although I guess you could watch any Tom Baker series for that. Actually, no. Change my mind. Don't watch it. Unless you're an avid fan, then you're gonna watch it no matter what I say. Alright. Thank you very much. That was episode 1. Tune in next time when I review something that isn't robot. If you could, it'd really help me out. Please like, subscribe, and in the comments, tell me what a cunt I am. Good night. I need to come up with a catchphrase to end this.
Have it taken away. Broken up, just in case.
No. No, Brigadier. That won't be necessary. Look,